I have been fantastically busy this last week. So dresses went live, as hopefully you've seen. I also started to sort out a rail, which I don't know if you can see it from here. Where is it? It's there. It's that terrifying rail there. Every crafter has a box of failed products. I have an entire rail. Well, not an entire rail. It's about half that rail is projects that I started and either lost interest in or decided, you know what, this isn't going to go anywhere. And I was having a sort through, pulling out some of the things that I knew were condemned, were never ever going to turn into anything. Pulled out a few things I had made, but then hadn't listed. And I think a lot of that problem was because of the photography issue. So now I've kind of resolved that problem in a sort of way, and these items that I have made fit me. I've modelled them, and I'll put a few little videos up here. You can see what those now look like. There were 4 tops. They're all quite similar. I went through a phase of making these like really drape one size fit tops, and I just love them. I think they're great, and they're lovely soft knitted fabrics. They're really easy to wear. They're like over tops, so you can wear them over the top of something else. If they're semi see-through, you can wear like a cami top under it or something like that. And I was like, this just changes everything, being able to do some level of photography. So they are now up on the site as well. This weekend I was quite busy sorting all that out. I also had a sale on Etsy, which means, so I was looking the other day at the Etsy versus Shopify results for the first 6 months of this year, and I was going to do a video about it because although Etsy had more sales, Shopify was making more money. I thought that's brilliant. And now I've had this sale on Etsy, and it's a high value item, so I sold a dress on Etsy, and that then means that Etsy has now made more sales and more money. But it's very rare for me to sell a dress on Etsy. So I was thinking, great, look at this. And then I looked at how much Etsy are charging me. And of course, I have to take out the postage as well. So, it dwindles the money. You look at the fees, I'll put the fees up here. And it's just like, oh my goodness, this is why I don't sell high price items on Etsy anymore. So I've relisted a lot of the fabrics and things that had expired, and I've just stopped listing on Etsy because Etsy is a waste of time. But I don't use my Shopify store to sell haberdashery or fabrics and things like that. So I've put a load of those back on, and I think about 2 or so months ago I'd put a few of the dresses back up just to see if things were changing, see if anything was different. Nothing had really changed, and then I made this dress sale, and now I know why I don't sell dresses or high value items on Etsy, because it's just so expensive. Anyway, so that's that update. I've pulled out a few more fabrics that I found to make dresses out of, and I'm going to get on and make a few more of those tops. Now they're all listed, and now you can see them. I'm going to see how it goes in terms of driving more traffic, see if anything sells. These new items I've put on, I have kept at a slightly lower price rate than normal. I want to see how they get on, and then if it looks like they might be successful, I might add a small amount of money. I've tried to keep them quite competitive at the moment, just to test the market and just see what happens. They're not ridiculously cheap by any stretch of the imagination, but they are not really, really high priced items. They're not as expensive as my full length dresses. I found fabrics when I was pulling stuff out at the weekend that I'd forgotten I even had, so I have tons of material to make things with, and I can't really justify going into town like I was thinking of going into town this week and having a look at my favourite fabric shop and getting some fabrics in the kilo section. But I'm going to hold off a bit longer. I really need to make more space. And I said I wasn't going to make any more items until I'd sold a few and made some room. But I guess because I am selling new items, not the same things as normal, they're new ranges, so it's not quite the same thing. So anyway, that's where I am at the moment. It's been a good week. I'm just feeling really inspired and I try to have a cut-off every day of, right, after a certain time I don't go into the studio and work. I try to make sure that I try and sort of stick to office hours. But I've been finding myself creeping in the evening and just having a quick look at something, or just checking something, or just putting out a fabric and thinking, well, will this work with this? Will this work with something else? So I can tell that I'm enthusiastic because I'm going over those hours and enjoying it. So fabrics there that I need to go through and start making stuff with. I found some fun fishnet. I think I'm going to make one of those t-shirt dresses in the fishnet, so it's like an overlay dress, so you could wear it over, say, a summer top and shorts as a long, like a t-shirt dress. I think that would be really good fun. And I've sold the fishnet style batwing tops before. So that's my update for the moment. It's quite quick and is what it is. But I thought it would be fun just to add a little extra because we're having fun here. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.